Yeah, it's really good to see us close the game out. Again, something I think we can build on, and it's good to see the team dig in. It was some frustrating moments there into the first half, throughout the second half, and you got to keep trying to become a team early in the year. And again, they've had a great preseason. They've worked really hard, but it's different when the lights come on and there's people in the stands, and that the frustration comes out a little bit, and you don't play as consistently as you'd like. And the positive thing I'll say is you just got to find a way, and I thought they kind of kept trying to dig it out and find a way, and it was good to see us break through there at the end. I think that was good for our team. We give AW's team credit. They're going to be pretty good. I thought they could have gotten discouraged there, the way that we jumped on them early and the way the game was going, and they kind of just kept coming, and I've known AW since I was in high school playing against him. So we're not far from the same area. We're from the same area. Didn't grow up far away from each other. So his team takes on his personality, and they're going to be tough, and they're going to keep pressing, and they're going to keep coming at you. And he's going to play a lot of guys, and they'll have a really good year in their league. So I give them some credit for their resilience. I thought the offensive board was the biggest factor in the game early on for us. I think we had 14 at halftime, and I was pleased with that. Like Odie and Jared and JD a little bit, and Rob. We had some guys really beating up the glass, and that's something we can build on. You didn't see that continue in the second half. I think we only had 3 in the second half, but I thought that was a really big factor early on in the game.
Is it good to play a team like this early that is just going to play the way they play? They're going to get up and down. They're going to shoot a bunch of threes. They're not going to slow down. Is it good to see that early where they can come back and make it a little interesting at least?
Yeah, everything that we're going to go through as a team is going to be good for us. And I'm not trying to turn your question around on you. It's just, anything you go through, if you handle it the right way and learn from it and grow from it, it's going to be good for us. And it's good to play a pressing team early. It forces you to work on dealing with pressing. It's good to play a team that plays a different style of play. So if you see something like that later on, you've already dealt with it. There's definitely some good stuff that'll help us down the road from tonight's game.
The success on the offensive glass, second chance points, is that a result of some of the length you've added this year, or philosophy, or is it both?
Yeah, I think we have, you look at lineups, and we have a lot more guys not just going to the offensive board, but they have the ability to get their hands on it just because of size and length. And then Rob's not the biggest guy, but we send him, and he's got a really good feel for tracking down balls, on the offensive board. I looked down at his stats yet tonight, but I think he got offensive rebounds. He had 2, right?
Yeah.
One in the first half, one there at the second on the free throw line, and those are big plays. So I think it's a little combination of, just lineups and sending more people.
Wes, Newman again tonight.
Yeah.
Any update there? And then also, how did you like Jared in his absence stepping up there?
Yeah, John, and you guys, everybody that's watched us, a year ago, what John means to our team, it's like, it's impossible to put a value on that. There were some moments last year that we didn't have him, and it was like a completely different team, and it's like that now this year. Some of the stuff that we got to really improve, just defensive urgency, like a sense of urgency defensively, making more plays defensively, kind of like we did the last 2 or 3 minutes. And John does that every possession. It's who he is. He's one of the best defensive players on the perimeter in college basketball, in my opinion. So we're going to miss him a little bit. He's going to be out. He's got a deal with his knee. We'll give you more information. We kind of know, but he's got a deal with his knee. I think he's going to be out for some time. I haven't talked to him about what I'm going to say to the media yet, in full disclosure. And I never want to tell anybody in the media what's going on when I haven't told the young man that. So just out of respect for John, bear with me there for a second. But I do believe he'll be back at some point this year, but we'll give you more information after we've kind of let John know what's going on. So I don't think he's done. In fact, I know he's not, but he is going to be out here for a little bit.
David, offensively, are we seeing the benefits of maybe him having a little less attention, or I guess just more guys around him who can score and create points?
Yeah, I think adding Landers to like our primary lineup. You put Landers and Dave and Jeremiah all on the floor together, boy, that's pretty difficult for the other team. I mean, you know, you can't just kind of key in on one of them or two of them. And so I do think that they'll all three going to benefit from that at different times this year.
14 fast break points today. You've talked last year about kind of getting quote unquote the easy ones. How much easier is that for you this year with kind of having additional athleticism that you added to the offseason?
We want more easy ones. We want to play fast, you know, and yeah, I think the best way to get easy ones is to get a stop. You know, you get a stop, you get a chance to really get out and run, and we'll get with our running game. It's one of those things you got to have some patience for because it'll get better and better as the year goes on. We're going to be committed to it. So you look down, it was good to see some stuff in the open court, but I want more.
How enjoyable was it, Wes, to see Victor with a couple big plays late, his dunk, his rebound, his block, and then Jarrett with a block? A lot of big plays from your big guys late in that game.
It was great. I love effort. You know, it was great to see our fans recognize that too. It's like, keep telling the guys, like, we'll just play our tails off. We'll just make plays with effort, intensity. Man, these people scream and yell for you louder than anybody in the country. And so it was great. It was great to see some plays on the ball late in the game.
You talked about wanting to see this team, you know, go through adversity and then get through it. They battled and came within 5 points. What was your message there to make sure your guys kept their heads and went through that stretch?
It's just figure it out. You know, I could sit there and every time out and critique every possession, and there's times that I do that. And, you know, probably can be difficult to deal with, but you get into games, especially in the second half, it's just about trying to figure it out. And that's what we kept talking about in timeouts. Hey, we're not playing great. You know, they're making a little bit of a run. Let's dig in. This is part of becoming a good team. We got to go through this. And again, I thought they tried. We had a couple good possessions. They made a couple shots late. We didn't secure a couple balls around the basket. I mean, there's a couple good possessions with effort. We don't come up with the ball, or we get a shot clock violation and we don't execute press offense and give it right back. I mean, there was I thought they were trying at the 8 to 10 minute mark to really figure it out. We put together some possessions, but then there was some frustrating plays behind those possessions. But I thought in the last 4 minutes it kind of happened for us, and it was good to see that the group try to come together there.
Kalu still finding his role in this team. It seems like past couple games been a little bit more of a struggle.
Yeah, you know, he's going to be good for us, guys, and we gotta figure out where he fits, and we got to do a better job of putting him in a better situation. I actually thought he was really ready to play when he checked in tonight and he gets the 2 fouls, you know, and he was a little handsy, but I thought it was the best I'd seen him move. And he gets the 2 fouls, and then it kind of just snowballed on him, right? It just felt like it wouldn't go his way. He gets beat down the floor for a layup. It just kind of gets the travel call. Like, it just feels like nothing's happened good for him yet. We've all been there. You know, you've seen players go through that. He's a really good player. He's got to settle into being a Cincinnati Bearcat. He's going to have a couple good things happen in a game, and all of a sudden everybody's going to go, Kalu Ezekbe is going to be great, you know. And so he's working hard in practice. I think he's got to give us more than 8 minutes for us to be the team we have to be, and we'll figure out how to do that. Guys, he led us in scoring in our Purdue scrimmage, you know. So, I mean, I think scoring and rebounding. So he's going to be an important part to this team, and all of us, staff, players, we got to figure out how to get him in a more comfortable position.
You already talked about John's injury. Have you heard anything on Dan? Do we have any update just yet, or still kind of wait and see?
The initial deal, he rolled his ankle, but you know how that goes. They'll do X-rays and all that just to rule out anything. But let's just hope it's just an ankle sprain, and hopefully it's not long, because these minutes and this opportunity to play in these games early in the year are going to help him come along, and everybody sees it. I mean, he's so gifted. He's such a great kid. He has a great work ethic. He's going to be a terrific, terrific player. I want him to get these minutes early so we can bring him along quickly, and so I don't want him to be out, because these games are really important for him.
We've seen Jared at the 3, the 4, the 5. His confidence seems to be growing. How important is it to have a guy like that you can use as a Swiss Army knife that gives you great effort and energy?
Man, his value to our team is more than what you can see on the court, because he's got the ability to slide around and play all these different positions and different lineups, and he's intelligent enough to do it. So it's not just can you guard the position, that's a big part of it. He can defend different positions, but he's also intelligent enough to kind of know our offense from different positions, or know our schemes in different ways. So he's incredibly important to this team because of his ability to give us that versatility, and with different lineups.
Two more questions?
Any updates yet on Sage and Josh, especially Josh with the injuries on the wing?
No, no update yet, but hopefully we'll have something for you guys soon. I know it's probably frustrating in your chairs, but again, when we have decisions on the way to handle those guys moving forward, you guys will know.
Anybody else? Mike?
Okay, thanks guys.